Facts First presents. Parents leave their daughters home for a week and come home to the surprise of a lifetime. If you're the parent of a teen or if you're a teenager yourself, click that like button. Also be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. Leaving teens home alone. When parents leave their teenage children home alone, they never know what to expect when they come back. Will the house be a disaster with dishes in the sink and trash all over the floor? Some worry that they're going to come home to find that there was a giant party in the house, complete with drugs, alcohol, and damage. Well, the teens in this story, they were left home alone, and their parents didn't know what to expect when they got home. The Schoonover Sisters. The Schoonover Sisters decided to record their activities while their parents were gone. The girls' video was then posted on a YouTube channel, and it didn't take long before people all over the world were watching their videos. People couldn't wait for the girls' parents to get home so that they could see what the parents would do when they got there. Raising teens. The girls' parents didn't always have it easy. Raising teenage daughters, that can be difficult at times. When they left their daughters home alone, they just hoped that their daughters would do the right thing and that they wouldn't break the rules. Rather than coming home to a trashed house, they came home to a huge surprise. Karen and Chip Schoonover lived in North Myrtle Beach in South Carolina. While their hometown is a place where most people vacation, the couple decided to take a much-needed vacation away from their home. They trusted their 4 teenage daughters to stay home alone during their week-long December vacation. The H Sisters. Chip and Karen gave each of their daughters a name that started with H. The oldest child was Heather. She had already moved out of the family home and had gotten married. Her younger sisters, who still lived at home, Holly, Hallis, and Haley, tried to get their sister to come and move back home. They wanted her to take part in this plan they had for when their parents were gone. The second Chip for their vacation, the girls began working on their plan. Organizing the effort. Holly, the second oldest in the family, was in charge of the entire operation. She was going to give her parents the greatest Christmas surprise ever. Holly made sure that every detail was handled while the youngest daughter, Haley, recorded the events. A common occurrence. Holly loved to be in front of the camera. She often would put on makeup while her sister filmed the process. Haley loved to be behind that camera. They often used the footage for makeup tutorials, and this was practice for what the girls had planned for their parents. Scholarly Sisters. While Haley and Holly were the artists in the family, Heather and Hallis were more into education. Holly attended Coastal Carolina University, where she earned her degree. Hallis wanted to follow in her sister's footsteps, where she hopes to get a bachelor's degree. Her real dream was to get her master's in physical therapy. Heather's husband worked in real estate marketing, and they lived further west than Heather's family. She decided that she'd go back home for a while to help her sisters with their project. She didn't want them to do it alone, and she wanted to be a part of the plan. Holly's future plans. Holly never had dreams of becoming an interior designer. She wanted to be an actress. She loved to act and sing. She knew that it wouldn't be easy for her to make a name for herself in the entertainment industry. While she was working towards her goals, she worked as a makeup artist. She knew how important it would be to have a career to fall back on. A forever home. The whole family loved living in North Myrtle Beach. They didn't always live there. When the girls were younger, they lived in Seminole, Florida. When they moved to South Carolina, they loved the area so much that they knew it would be the place where they'd want to make their forever home. That's why their gift for their parents would mean so much. Home renovation dreams. The girls' plan was a big one. Since the girls didn't have much experience with home renovation and they only had 1 week to pull off this plan, they questioned whether or not they should even try this. It wasn't going to be easy, but, well, that didn't stop them. Removing the junk. The first part of the plan required the girls to get rid of everything they no longer used. There was a lot of junk in the house that they just didn't need. They figured that removing all the junk from the house would only take a few hours. Instead, it took them almost an entire day. Getting rid of the junk in the house was the easy part, though. Ripping up the old carpeting, that was harder. When the carpets were finally torn up, the girls threw them out the windows of the home. Calling for help. The girls often watched home improvement shows on television and they assumed it would be easy. When the job became more than the girls could handle, though, they had to bring in some help. They needed some boys to help out, so they had somebody with muscles helping. The renovation was going to be a major project. They put their money together to save for this project. They painted the living room and purchased new furniture. While getting the new furniture was easy, getting the old stuff out, not so easy. The video of the girls trying to shove the old couch off the porch was pretty funny. Ready for hard work. The girls knew from the beginning that their plan would take a lot of work if they were going to pull it off. They were no strangers to hard work, though. The oldest daughter, Heather, she was in charge of workout accountability groups, and she works to make sure that people stay on track for their fitness and health objectives. Alice took that seriously, which is why she was studying exercise and sports science in college. Working as a team. Growing up, the girls always worked together to get things done. This time, it was no different. They knew the renovation would be a big job and they were going to use their greatest strength, teamwork, as a way to get things done. Taking on too much. By the third day of the project, the girls hit a wall. The house was torn to shambles, and the girls began to wonder if they were taking on too much. The second thoughts they were having was taking a toll on the girls and stressing them out quite a bit. When the girls woke up on the fourth day, they were already exhausted. They would rather have spent the day in bed, but they knew they couldn't. After stocking up on some energy drinks, they were ready to get back to work. The painting wasn't even as easy as they thought it would be. They had to paint the trim around the windows carefully, and the molding had to be painted with care. It was taking a toll on the girls' bodies and their morale. Obligations. Slowly, the girls were making progress. There were times when the girls had to take care of their personal obligations, which left Haley and Holly alone to continue the work on their own. By the fifth day, the girls finally saw progress. Painting the trim was a hassle, but they'd replaced the carpets, and that was the biggest part of the job. An all-nighter. The alarm went off in the morning, and the girls knew they didn't have much time left. Their parents would be home soon, and they still had to finish the cabinets and paint half of the kitchen. They were feeling the pressure, so they had to pull an all-nighter. The job took a big toll on the girls. Holly took her camera to show people what the work was doing on the girls. One of them had stress acne. Another said their week of work made her feel like she was in the Army. The big reveal. When the girls' parents arrived home, they had to stall them a bit. They wanted their sister Heather to be there. While Heather drove up to see her parents, the other girls were setting up the camera to catch their parents' reactions on tape. On the YouTube video, Holly could be heard whispering, "We're so nervous." When Karen saw the house from the outside, she knew something was different. She asked the girls which one of them had cleaned the house. She had no idea that they did a lot more than just cleaning. When Chip and Karen walked into the house, they couldn't believe it. It didn't look like the same house that they'd left a week earlier. The final product. Karen and Chip couldn't believe that their daughters had completely updated their kitchen. The cabinets and walls were refinished. They changed the old counters for granite countertops. They had new living room furniture, and the master bedroom was completely redone. They looked in the master bath and saw that there was a new tub and shower. They even transformed an empty bedroom into a gorgeous guest room. Karen and Chip loved what their daughters did to their home, and it was the best gift the girls had ever given their parents. These are some pretty amazing girls. When the video of them doing the work was posted, it received over 115,000 views. People from all over the world were inspired by these girls. Do these girls deserve a like? Well then click that like button and subscribe for more.